having an amazing autumn here in Oslo, and what better way to enjoy it than riding your bike? It's been sunny and warm for weeks, with only the odd moment here or there with rain and stormy weather. It's heaven for the autumn heads out there. I'm more of a spring-summer person myself. Winter is so long here, and autumn just reminds me that we're headed for a couple of hours of daylight and slippery, icy roads. Not exactly the cyclist's dream season. But for now it's nice. It's still quite early, and I haven't had my coffee yet. So let's kick it off with a cup here at the iconic Java Cafe. I'm going to another museum today. I got the idea after visiting the National Museum, which I love so much, to go to another huge, important, influential and brand new museum here in the city center. But, spoiler alert, one that I don't love as much. One that I even actively dislike, architecturally speaking, that is. The contents are amazing, but we'll talk more about it as we make our way downtown. We need to make a quick visit to someone that's important for today's video. He lives here. This is the burial place of the main character of today's video, Edvard Munch. Born 1863, dead 1944. Norway's most famous artist, and whose museum we're going to visit today. People often place objects or trinkets here at his grave, but there was nothing here today. You're not allowed to ride your bike in the cemetery, but it's nice to stroll along as well for a little stretch before we hop back on the Clem and roll our way downtown. I wanted to make this video to show how two similar buildings can be so different from each other. The National Museum and the Munch Museum are both brand new, located at the waterfront. They were both incredibly expensive, prestigious, showpiece buildings that cost a lot of media and public attention. And yet, one is great and one is not, in my opinion. The cycling infrastructure in Oslo is a really mixed bag. Some parts are great, with protected and separated lanes for bikes, and then there are roads like this, where it feels like I shouldn't be allowed to ride here. I am allowed, but it feels wrong. The waterfront is out before us now, and the museum can be seen through the mist that's rolling in from the Oslo fjord. It's a big towering thing, clad in grey corrugated metal sheets. Its main organization is with this wide base that houses the main foyer, offices, library, etc., and a tower with its signature angled glazed top that houses the exhibition halls with a bar and restaurant at the very top. The corrugated metal facade is perforated with holes of various sizes and concentrations to give a surface that plays with light in different ways. At night, the illuminated spaces within will make it glow at different brightness, and in the daytime, the light from the outside will do the same in reverse, for the interior spaces. For me, it's all heavy grey mess, where the good intentions only get you so far. I think the criticism levied against the National Museum that I mentioned in my first video, that people find it closed off, strict and uninviting, is 1,000 times more relevant here. Nothing draws me in here. I sense no will from this place to engage with me. There's no outstretched hand. The National Museum worked with materials and volumes to draw historical references, to use materials that I want to be close to. I want to walk on the cobblestones in the courtyard, and I want to move closer to the slate facade to see how light ripples along the stacked stones. I don't even know if I want to go inside here. I mean, it's a nice day outside, and I don't think the metal sheets with holes in them is more interesting up close. I suppose there is a sort of stylishness here. Sleek lines, cold steel, glass and metal. But it's a corporate kind of stylishness, the alienating kind. Sadly, it doesn't get a lot better on the inside, at least not immediately. I can feel how I long to experience color and vibrant life, and I know I will soon get my fill in the floors above. I suppose it is effective like that. Once people have gotten this far, their withdrawal from passion and expression will usher them into the exhibition halls. This could be an airport, or a mall. Since we're going to be ascending a tower to see the art, escalators move us between the floors. An eternity of escalators. We can leave the architecture behind for a little while and see some art. Almost all exhibition rooms are the same. They're meant to be expressionless in their own right, to allow full focus on the pieces of art. Edvard Munch is always such a joy to experience. There's such extreme expression of life in his works. Huge emotion, bold colors, and genius manipulation of paint. Most people only know him for The Scream, perhaps one of the most famous paintings in the world, but there is so much more to experience, and so many genius works. This is one of my favorites, The Kiss. Look how the lovers' faces join to become one. This is called Vampire. Jealousy. It's like the very forces of emotion and nature swell and fight to escape from the canvases. He had a very unhappy life in many ways, especially in love, and this is so clear from so many of his works. There's so much longing and yearning and grief. But he was not without humor, especially in his self-portraits, of which there are many. He was even an early adopter of the selfie. And not a Munch visit without the scream, of course. But it's not super easy to show it. There are 3 versions of the scream on display, and they rotate which is on show at any time, so people gather every half hour to see the next one be unveiled. It's a little like seeing the Mona Lisa. It's crowded and can't possibly live up to your expectations. I'd focus on the other stuff. Back on the escalator. This could be a nice way to clear your mind between exhibits, if only there was anything to look at. At the top you come to the slanted part of the tower. Here you can enjoy views of the city, which, granted, are great from this high up. If only there wasn't so much fog today, but I can't fault the building for that. And then, when you're done, all you have to do is take some more escalators. It's just 13 floors or something. Despite all the negativity I have towards the architecture, I would of course recommend everyone come here. The art of Edvard Munch is truly spectacular. As a Norwegian interested in art for my whole life, I've been heavily exposed to his art, but I have in no way become tired of it. And you can come and make up your own mind about the building. There are people out there that like it very much. Being upset about architecture makes me hungry, so it's time I go find some lunch. If you're a film nerd, you might recognize this cafe coming up. Leave a comment if you know what I'm talking about. Also, let me know if there's something you would like me to make videos on. Something about Oslo, about bikes, or anything really. I have a bunch of ideas, and loads more videos coming. But it would be nice to hear from you guys watching. I really appreciate all the support I've had over these past few videos. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. See you soon.